Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the channel. I'm Cheryl and this is True Crime and Other Stuff. Today I'm going to be talking about Sebastian Rogers, who's a 15-year-old autistic boy who's been missing for 2 weeks now. Okay, let's take a look at this clip.
Information this morning in the search for missing Sumner County teen Sebastian Rogers. The sheriff's office says yesterday's search of a landfill did not give any new clues about where to find Sebastian. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office says the landfill in White Plains, Kentucky is where trash went from Sebastian's neighborhood. The TBI says no specific information led them to this landfill. Rather, it's a precautionary measure. This morning, the sheriff's office says no leads or evidence pertaining to Sebastian's whereabouts were discovered during that search. Officials say the decision to search the landfill was to eliminate possible options and questions.
Seth Rogers shares custody of.
Okay, so I have an interview with the biological father, and then after that, I have an interview with the mom and the stepdad. We're going to take a look at these two interviews.
His son and the deputy with the Davidson County Sheriff's Department spent the past 2 weeks looking for Sebastian.
I'm hoping he's still alive. You know,
This is the biological
that's my main
father.
hope right now, is that he's not deceased. I mean, I keep praying that he's alive. I keep praying that somebody's going to see him, that somebody's going to call 911.
Seth's 15-year-old son disappeared barefoot and with a flashlight from his mother and stepfather's home in Hendersonville either late on Sunday, March 3rd or early that Monday. Seth knows the key to finding his son may come from a tip. Several photographs have already been made public, and now he's released 2 video clips of Sebastian. In this first one, you see Sebastian up front on the left in yellow shorts, participating in a tug-of-war with fellow students.
And if you watch, he got swung around at the end like a little rag doll, and it's like, well, he gave it his best.
This second video shows Sebastian walking at his middle school graduation.
I was very proud of him. I mean, he successfully completed something.
Seth says his son, who is autistic, is not a wanderer. He finds it highly unlikely Sebastian would leave in the middle of the night barefoot, based on an experience his son had as a child.
He decided that he wanted to step into a mound of what he thought was dirt, and it was fire ants. And since then, it's always been, he doesn't like to get his feet in the dirt. He likes to have his socks and shoes on.
Seth won't rule out the possibility of foul play, that someone is involved in his son's disappearance. And if Sebastian is able, he says he needs to call for help.
He needs to call 911. And if somebody has him, you need to give him back. He's my son, and he doesn't belong to nobody, but damn it, he's mine. And he's mine.
Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
Okay, and now I have an interview with the mother and the stepfather. We're going to take a listen to this. Then after that, I have a clip, well, actually 2 clips from Pat Brown, who is a criminal profiler. Shout out to Pat. I love her work. She's been doing this since the 90s, so she's been doing it a very long time. And we'll take a look at those 2 clips after this. All right, here we go.
Can you walk us through what you're thinking right now?
I just want my baby to be okay. I don't know where he's at.
Mom Katie broke down several times in our interview, but says her hope is strong that her son Sebastian will be found safe and return home.
He's gonna walk through that door and this street will be flooded again with family and relatives all waiting to hug and love him. And
Stepdad Chris says it's been an emotional roller coaster that all started Sunday night, February 25th.
Pretty normal. He was playing in his room. When I told him to go to bed, he did. He said, "Good night, Mom. I love you."
Katie says she went to wake up Sebastian around 6 a.m. Monday for school, and he was gone. Within minutes, Katie says she was on the phone with Chris, who was working out of town, and they quickly called 911.
And he's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why. I don't know why he walked out that door.
I mean, he's a good kid. He's not a mischievous child by any means.
Katie and Chris say Sebastian is not on social media. While he loves to play Minecraft, they tell me he does not have any online capabilities. I asked if there was any reason he might want to leave.
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I hadn't been able to figure it out. He's, that morning he was laughing, he was joking.
It's as if Sebastian vanished. No sign of him on any video throughout the community. Thousands of miles logged by law enforcement, canines, helicopters, even dive teams, and no sign of him. Chris and Katie tell me they've been harassed, people pointing fingers at them.
You're not in this situation. You don't quite understand. I wish people would step back, take a different wide open view, and not assume what they know. It's just better to stick to the facts.
Are you both in the clear?
I can tell you that Mom, myself, and the father have worked very fully and cooperatively with all agencies across the board. We have anything that they've wanted, we have provided.
What do you want to say to Sebastian? What do you want him to hear from you right now?
That we love you so much, and we want you to come home, and you're not in trouble.
All right.
Okay, so the first clip from Pat Brown is Adam Walsh case. These are parents that really lost their kid, and this is how they're supposed to act. And Pat's really good, so let's listen to what she has to say.
This is the way he recalled it. And then the phone rang. This is now Adam has been missing for 2 weeks. They don't know what's happened to him. And now he's getting the phone call about when they found, because they had found his head in the canal. And the phone rang. Is this Mr. John Walsh? Yes, it is. Mr. Walsh, we are so very sorry to have to tell you this, but the remains that were found last night in Vero Beach have been positively identified as Adam's. I went down, right onto the floor. See, I can't get this. It felt like somebody took a huge wooden stake and shoved it into the wall of my chest. I couldn't breathe. I thought I was having a heart attack. I felt like I was dying. Please let me trade places with him. Death would have hurt me so much less. I thrashed and I screamed. I yelled and pushed over the mattress and smashed things. I broke glass and a picture frame and tore off the sheets and threw lamps and kicked the table over. I was like a wounded animal, dying the way a wounded animal dies. I could not deal with it. It was unbearable, unbearable. I thought that my heart was going to explode. The little boy I had waited for all my life was dead. Okay, told you I couldn't get through that. Okay, control myself. Okay. In the movie, the scene that I remember that they showed was he was in, I think, a hotel room or something. I'm not sure if that's where he was. And there was a bed. And he kept running his head in between the mattresses, like running into the mattresses. You see the mattress go up as he rammed his head into the mattresses between, on the bed. It just, that to me is probably the most dramatic scene I've ever seen that showed the true feelings of a parent who's lost a child. And I say, I've seen a lot of cases, and I've seen a lot of parents stand up there and say, my missing child and so forth, especially the ones who made them go missing. And I've never felt that. And when I saw that movie and I read this thing, yeah, that's it. Okay, excuse me a second. So you see, I do have emotions. I'm not a total psychopath. Okay. That gets me every time. Okay. So, innocent parents, like I could say, truly, truly innocent parents. and went through the worst thing in the world. And I have to appreciate, that John Walsh went on and did wonderful things for children everywhere.
Okay, here is a clip about Sebastian's mother and stepfather. This is what Pat thinks. Let's listen to this. Oh no.
A bed, and he kept running his head in between the mattresses, like running into the mattresses. You see the mattress go up as he rammed his head into the mattresses between, on the bed. It just,
Uh-oh. I got no sound. What's going on? Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh crap. Hold on a second. I think I might have. Oh no. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
as much as I can before I jump to any conclusions. But there are huge red flags that I have found in the interview done with the mom, Katie Proudfoot, the stepdad, Chris Proudfoot, and they're extremely concerning to me. Now, I'll say this up front. I'm not accusing anybody of having done anything. But if I were a detective working on this case or a profiler working on this case, these are things that stand out to me and would make me look further in a certain direction. Okay? Because that's the way investigations go. It doesn't mean the person is guilty until you find enough evidence that they are guilty. It just means that, we're just trying to figure out, do I look this direction, or how much effort? Do I put 50-50 or 80? It could be anywhere. Absolutely anywhere in that long, long drive. I can't come up with that information, but it seems like at least nobody saw him after dinner. In other words, he was at home with his stepdad and his mom. Those were the three that were in the home. As far as I can find out, there's no siblings. So the three of them are home alone. At some point, he gets in the vehicle and he starts driving off to Memphis. We don't know if Sebastian was alive before he left for Memphis or not. But I can tell you something. Usually when a child disappears with no shoes and a flashlight disappears as well, to me, it sounds like the child is being carried out of the house in the condition he's in, which is not having shoes on his feet, put in a vehicle. And the reason the flashlight is going with that child is because you're going to need the flashlight to take to when you stop, wherever you stop, and you're going to do whatever you're going to do. You need a flashlight. That's just my experience. So my problem is, let's take a look at the map. If that child did not walk out of the house on his own, I believe he's somewhere between Nashville and Memphis. That's a hell of a long, long journey. He could be anywhere, absolutely anywhere in that long, long drive. I can't say that he didn't walk out of that house on his own to go look in the woods, but nobody's found his body in the woods. The tracker dogs haven't found a they haven't tracked him into the woods. I don't know if they've had cadaver dogs anyplace, but they should have had them. I strongly believe Seth Rogers, Sebastian's father, does not believe his son is alive, and I believe he's looking at these two because of his behaviors and the way he talks. I think they don't believe Sebastian is alive, but not because they think something happened to him after he left the home. I see no indication that they think anybody else did anything to Sebastian, which is odd. And I don't think they think Sebastian's going to walk through that front door. That to them is ludicrous. So I don't think it's going to be a good ending. I'm not saying these two are guilty of anything. I'm just saying their behaviors are concerning. The way he supposedly disappeared with no shoes and a flashlight is concerning. So, yeah, that's what I think. And I hope I'm wrong. You know, I'm a profiler and I'm doing what I call red flag statement analysis. I hope I'm wrong. I'm hoping this kid, for whatever freaky reasons, did walk out of the house without shoes on his feet and with a flashlight and ended up at some friend's house and has been hiding in a basement. I'm good with being wrong. I love to be wrong because I'd rather have him be alive than me be right. So anyway, those are my thoughts.
Thank you, Pat. Now I think that might be all I have. Huh. Okay, that's all I have for today. So thanks for watching my videos and have a good one. Peace. Thanks for watching my videos. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already.